Donald Trump returns to the White House has ushered in a new era for young conservatives to speak their minds. With issues like abortion, many have commented on a tone shift in favor of tradition. For more on this, I want to bring in Solia Mechling of the Conservative Teens for Truth podcast. Solia, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So, President Trump has called attention to a variety of issues facing young conservatives, and particularly young women. In a recent executive order, Trump barred biological men from women's sports. What is your reaction, and how could this affect other areas of life in the athletic field?
Yeah, so I've been playing sports for my entire life. And when this happened, this was such a historic moment. And it's hard for me to even express what I was feeling and what so many other women were feeling is we finally got what we fought for, what so many women have poured out their lives fighting for. Riley Gaines, I mean, so many other women. And ways that this could affect athletes on and off of the field is just knowing that we have a voice, that America backs us up, and that men are no longer allowed in women's sports and women's spaces, and that women are safe under the Trump presidency.
Definitely. And President Trump has asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to assemble a task force to address anti-Christian bias in federal institutions and has said he was brought closer to faith following the attempt on his life. This is a dramatic shift at the top of the government, but it also corresponds with a growing interest in Christianity in the pop culture. Why do you think people are being drawn to Christianity after such a long period of generally secular culture?
Yeah, well, like you said, when we all saw President Trump almost get assassinated, I know me and so many other Christians firmly believe that it was God who saved President Trump's life in such an incredible way. And I do believe that this presidency is rooted in Christianity. And I think the reason we've seen a shift from such a secular culture is that so many people, especially in Hollywood, had shifted so far from God. But then we saw Christians start finally standing up for our faith, finally start to tell the truth. I mean, girls online, people praying, when Christians stand up and tell the truth, then we see the world shift and prayers and Christian churches finally starting to stand up. That is why we have seen America start to shift, is because we're no longer silent. We're no longer scared of telling the truth. And that's why I think we've seen a shift in Hollywood. We've seen a secular culture. And I think we've also seen that so many people have tried the secular Hollywood lifestyle. They've tried the fame, they've tried the medication, and nothing has worked. But when they come to Christian people, when they come to church, Jesus changes lives and he can take your broken past and make you new again. And that's why I truly believe that America and just the world is shifting closer to Jesus.
Yeah, I can definitely see that too. And I think Angel Studios has become more popular in recent years too with all their Christian and real life stories that they put out there. But kind of moving on to the topic of abortion now. Abortion continues to be a heavily contested issue and was at the core of Democrat candidate Kamala Harris's campaign last year. Clearly, it didn't generate the urgency Democrats had hoped it would. And young people's opinion changing about abortion?
Yeah, well, just to talk on what you said, that Kamala Harris was very pro-abortion in her campaign, but it didn't really work out for her because I think American people were just overplaying politics. I mean, it was hard to pay for gas, it was hard to pay for rent, and unfortunately, they had to put their lifestyle above abortion. And fortunately for Christians and for conservatives, we saw that in the 2024 election, but I think young people's opinions on abortion are changing. We have been lied to for so long, saying that abortion is empowering for women, it helps women, it is reproductive rights to kill a woman's child. And young people are just not standing up for it anymore. They're seeing the facts, they're seeing what an abortion actually looks like. They're not letting the liberal ideologies and the phrases that the liberals will say get to them anymore. And I think because of all of the stuff that happened in the Harris campaign and the statistics on abortion and all of the lies that young people, especially young women, have been lied to, we're starting to wake up and we've seen trends of young women now leaning more conservative, young men now leaning more conservative, because we're not going to just fall for the lies anymore.
Right. Exactly. And last thing before I let you go, Democrats like to describe themselves as the party of women's empowerment. How have Republicans proven them wrong in the past few months, and do you think this trend will continue, especially around young women?
Yeah, well, I know for me, anytime I post anything on social media, the party that is oh so loving and oh so inclusive obliterates me in my comment section for having a different voice and a different opinion than what the media wants me to have. I mean, when I speak out about abortion, when I speak out about my Christian faith, I'm mocked on social media. I get clipped up on social media saying that I'm a horrible person, I'm a racist, I'm a bigot, I'm a transphobe, I'm a homophobic, and I'm just having a different opinion. So I think that young women are learning this, that wow, if I post something, if I even say something that's against the media, that's against the left, then I'm going to be canceled. I'm going to be obliterated. I'm going to lose my friends. I'm going to lose the people that I talked to at school. And they were scared. And the one place that they could turn to was conservative outlets, conservative voices that were saying, I know you might not agree with me, but let's have a conversation about this. I know that we might not agree on every single topic, but I'm here for you. We're Americans. We both want the same outlook for America, but we have different opinions on how to get there. And so that's why I think that the conservative movement has helped women, it's helped people. It's helped people on the left that realize their party no longer cares for them. Their party, the second they disagree with one thing, they're going to be canceled, they're going to be ousted, their friends are going to be gone. And so I think this shift is going to continue, and I'm really hopeful that it continues. That conservatives are actually the outlet and the space where people can just be people. And yes, we can differ on beliefs. I have many friends and people I work with that I might differ on their beliefs, but we're humans and we're Americans, and I love them, and we have such great conversations. And I think this is something that conservatives do well is we're very inviting. And so, yeah, the party that is so loving and kind is actually very not kind and very not loving at all to even people on their own party.
Definitely. And despite what the mainstream media likes to push and put out there, I think more people are coming to understand this. But Solia Mechling, thank you so much with Conservative Teen for Truth podcast.
Thank you for having me.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you